Welcome back to P3. Inside Jerusalem's Old City is the Western Wall, holy to Jews, the Temple Mount area, holy to both Jews and Muslims, and the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, holy to Christians. Now to part 2 of my tour of Jerusalem with Dr. Noam Shoval from the Hebrew University of Jerusalem. So we're outside the Jaffa Gate. What's the significance of this gate for the Old City of Jerusalem?
Jaffa Gate is one of the main entrances to the Old City, and I'm talking about historic times as well, because this is a gate that is a road that came from the coastal plain, Jaffa. This is why it's called Jaffa Gate. It comes basically from Tel Aviv, modern Tel Aviv or ancient Jaffa. So it had a significant, especially since the mid-19th century, when Jaffa and of course the coastal plain got a very strong importance due to the Zionist movement beginning to come and arriving to Jaffa and then to the other parts of the country, and the Western powers that had a lot of influence. And of course Jaffa was the main hub entering to Israel. Now it's Ben Gurion, not far away, but so this is Jaffa Gate.
Now, and one of the things about, as I'm looking at the walled city, what is all inside of this place? Because it seems like a multiplex of different religions and different cultures all going on inside this one spot.
Yeah, it's not just different land uses or different religions and different denominations. You will see inside, in Canada maybe you're aware of Catholics and Protestants and Orthodox, but you'll discover many, many kinds of Orthodox churches, and it's very rich in terms of religious activity. But you will see that the segmentation is also horizontal. You will see that you can go down and you can discover different layers of history, different layers of activity, as we will see later on when we'll visit, for example, the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, or maybe the Room of the Last Supper that is built just above King David's tomb.
Wow. Well, how many gates are there to the city? And I heard there's one that's closed. Explain that.
Yes, we have the Rachamim gate, or the Gate of Mercy, or the Golden Gate, which is closed, and it will open up. It's on the eastern side, open up when the Messiah will come. The tradition says that it will open up. Aside of that, we have the Jaffa Gate, the Nablus Gate, the New Gate, which was built in 1880, the Dung Gate, Zion Gate, and the Flower Gate.
Wow. Well, let's go into the Jaffa Gate.
Okay, come on.
So notice the pavement has changed.
Yeah, when renovation was made here some decades ago, they actually found the original Roman pavement from the time of Hadrian, when he built Colonia Ilia Capitolina after the destruction of Jerusalem.
So like 1700 years ago?
Yes, a little bit more. I would say almost 1800 years old.
Wow.
Pavement. And basically, if you will dig everywhere in the city, this is what you will find.
You'll find these old Roman roads.
Exactly. But of course, due to financial reasons and other reasons, they just dig it here. They decided to display just in this small segment and put a plaque here.
I noticed they've kind of they made these ridges in there. You were saying to me, what, for traction in the rain?
When it's raining, it could become very slippery, this limestone.
Yeah.
So the idea is to
cut these ridges.
And make it more safely. So you can see here how developed was the thinking of the Roman planners about 1800 years ago.
So this is the entrance to the Church of the Holy Sepulchre.
Yes.
And what's the dome that we're looking at, that gray dome?
You see part of the Golgotha, the place where Jesus was crucified, and we'll see part of it from the inside. This specific dome is where Jesus was, his clothes were taken off before he was putting on the cross. And
right in the middle of the courtyard, before we entered this, one of the most oldest churches, I noticed this. What is this thing?
Yeah, this is a bomb disposal. You have to imagine, you have your ceremonies of thousands of people, and then let's say if somebody discover a bomb, what would you do with that?
Yeah, how do you get it out of here?
Exactly. So instead of solving this, taking it out, they're just putting it inside, dumping it, and continue as usual.
It's shocked to me that in this ancient, beautiful place, you still have to deal with the reality of violence, and this is something so bizarre. Let's go. Let's go in.
Okay.
So what are we climbing right now?
To the Golgotha, to the place of the crucifixion.
We're going up to where the crucifixion took place.
Up here you have the last stations. This is the station number 12, the crucifixion. You have 13 we saw below, and 14 is a grave. But you also have here 9, 10, 10 and 11. When Jesus was taking his dress, the robe, and he was naked, and then they were nailing him to the cross and putting. So it's all happened according to the tradition right here, in this area. And here you can see many of the pilgrims that wants to basically pay respect to the place of the crucifixion. But as you can see,
and
we
are going inside there. What are they doing there?
They're actually kissing the exact place of where the cross were situated.
The cross was situated right in the ground there on Golgotha, and people will from all over the world will come to holy pilgrimage to kiss this exact spot.
Or kiss, or pray, or give respect. Each one according to his belief. The most is run by several denominations. The most important here are the Greek Orthodox, Armenian, and the Catholics. And then we have Copts, Christians from Egypt, Ethiopians, Syrians.
Wow.
And
everyone wants a piece of this most holy of place in the most
naturally.
Yeah.
The Protestants solved the problem and built or discovered the Garden Tomb north of the old city. So they have their own spot. But right here, you have.
What are we looking at here?
This is something built by the Russians in the 19th century over the grave of Christ, and maybe if we'll.
So this is
stand here. The ancient tomb, the empty tomb, of course, according to the tradition. And you can see again right here the long queue.
This is to get in the line.
Yes, and you have one entry, one exit, and just small groups at a time getting access. You can see here some pilgrims that are lighting the candles of the holy fire. This is a fire that on Easter, and then he will extinguish this.
Up next, we visit location known as the Western Wall when P3 continues.